You are live. Wow. We are the Starbirds. The Starbirds, oh my god.
Oh my god. Starbirds.
We're the Star Childs. Wow, call us the Starbirds. I think every time I see our title of our channel.
You want to say Starbird? Is it because there's a bird right here?
That might be because we're on StreamYard, but it's the Star Childs Abroad, and then I just put our names together.
So you put the abroad, the B sound, and then it just turns into Starbirds?
Yep, the Starbirds. The Starbroads. The
Starbroads. You're not abroad.
I'm not. So yeah, we're the Star Childs, and we live abroad. And we have a lot of opinions. I like to say that I have a lot of opinions. You have a lot of opinions. You act like you don't, but you do. Yeah. And we want to just do something where we're spending some time together and sharing our opinions. And so we're going to be really judgy and talk about Reddit posts. Usually we'll do one. We're going to go twice a week, but I don't know if we can do that. Let's be honest. We're probably just going to go once a week and do Am I the A-hole? And then also relationship advice or dating advice, sex advice, stuff like that. This week is relationship advice. So we got quite a few scenarios that we'll go through from Reddit. I don't know if we'll get through all of them, but we'll try. Last time I had quite a few. I think I had 15.
You had a lot. We had 2 hours worth of material to go through. You read through all of them. You picked them.
You have no idea what's coming. I don't read the whole thing though. I just read the preview, and then I'm like, yeah, this one's fine, or the title, and I'm like, we'll see what happens. So yeah, we can just get into reading these and giving our very, very biased opinions based on our life experience, which is a lot. We're old. We won't tell you how old we are, but we're old. So we have a lot of thoughts, a lot of opinions, and yeah, we can get into it. You want to start? Shall we start?
Sure.
And you're going to be surprised because you haven't seen any of these. All right, I'm going to put us down low so it's a little bit better.
Oh, okay.
All right, so let's get into it. The first one is boyfriend 30. Your reaction already. Boyfriend 31 male.
What he's saying be true? What the fuck is he saying? Okay.
Boyfriend 31 male gave me 29 female chlamydia. Can what he's saying be true? Okay. All right. I, 29 female, started dating this guy, 31 male, in early April. We were using condoms in the beginning, but we both got tested, and he showed me his results from his March test. He was negative for everything, as was I. So we started having unprotected sex.
Bad idea.
With the see what I mean? You already have a we started having unprotected sex with the understanding that we were exclusively sleeping with each other. We had unprotected sex a few times before he left out of state for a 3-month gig starting in May. I asked him if he wanted to take a break while we were long distance, but he declined. He came back once to visit me in mid-June, and we had unprotected sex again.
Oh, God.
Fast forward to now, July 28th, I started feeling something wrong down there, swelling and redness, weird discharge. 3 weeks after his visit and went to go get tested. I tested positive for chlamydia, and I am on day 4 of my antibiotics. It was a real shock, and I cried a lot considering how safe I usually am. I understand it's treatable, but I go ahead and go above and beyond for my health, and this came as a real blow. I have not been with anyone else during this time. Livid doesn't even begin to describe what I'm feeling. He is swearing up and down that he's not that kind of man and that he knows how I feel about STDs. He's confused at my results. He says it's definitely from him. We've had multiple conversations regarding how we would go about intimacy. And I've said many times that I only have sex with one person at a time, but he doesn't understand how, as he's been faithful to me. He begged me to wait until he gets tested to form any judgments. He said he would never put me and my health in jeopardy in that way. I'm going to be speaking to a doctor about this next week, but is there any way what he's saying can be true? Thank you in advance. I've been losing a lot of sleep over this. Edit. Thank you so much for all your responses. People have responded. Here's some additional information. I made him get tested 2 weeks after we started having unprotected sex. Beginning of May, it was negative for chlamydia. He is convinced both those tests didn't pick up on it. The first test was urine and blood, and the second test was just a blood test. 2, I broke up with him 2 weeks ago because of general lifestyle incompatibility, but we were still having discussions about how to make it work. After my positive result on Wednesday, we are for sure broken up. Yes.
Wow.
I just haven't gotten used to calling him an ex yet, hence the title. But he is an ex. He seems to be in redemption mode because he truly believes that this is a huge mistake and he cares about the way I see him. This really only impacts whether or not we can be friends. 3, I did get a full panel done and I am negative for everything else, for all of the people cautioning about pregnancy. I am on birth control for all the people saying I had unprotected sex too early. We used condoms the first few weeks and I made him get tested again. This was supposed to be an exclusive relationship. This will never be on me. 4, he will be taking a full panel STD test tomorrow. I will post it update. So
I mean, you live and you learn.
You live and you learn. It's really hard to believe off of like him getting tested for blood and the urine test that it didn't pop up. I mean, there is false negatives that does happen, but 2 different tests didn't pick it up. That's kind of hard to believe.
Yeah, I don't believe that either.
And they had sex multiple times, and like she didn't get it before. She got it after he came back from the trip. So it's really hard to believe that he didn't like cheat on her. My opinion is like, yeah, I'm glad she broke up with him because
because he's lying.
He's a liar.
Obviously.
He's a liar. Which is just really annoying because I'm just like, I don't understand why people can't be honest and
just
truthful about their actions.
Own your mistakes.
Also, just being honest about who you are. Like, if you want to sleep with other people, there's nothing wrong with that. Especially if someone asks you, like, do you want to be open? I'm cool with that. Let's be, let's be front. For real. And then they're like, oh, no, I want to be exclusive. And then they go off and go sleep with someone else.
Yeah, because they're trying to hold on to you. They want it all.
But the thing is like, what if the person saying, no, you can have sex with other people, just let me know so I am aware. But then they still lie. I
think dudes maybe feel like it's like an insecurity thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, well, if we're open, then she could find somebody else better than me, and then I'm out of the picture. And it's like, deal with it. But then they say no, and then they go behind your back and give you chlamydia.
Or worse.
I'm glad it was only that. It could have been worse. At least it's treatable. But
I mean, STDs are very common.
They are.
I mean, you can, even if they were exclusively, and say they were open though, and then he gets an STD, that could have happened anyway. Like you guys were like, oh no, we're gonna have an open relationship, and then you could still.
If you're gonna be open, then you should be using protection, and I think that's what her gripe is. It's like,
why didn't you use protection if you're gonna sleep with someone else?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or why not say that you were sleeping with someone else unprotected so that she could go back to protecting herself from him. She wanted the exclusivity to know that it was safe for them to be unprotected together. And he broke that trust.
He did indeed. Yeah. Can he, but her question is, can what he's saying be true?
No.
I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I would say no.
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely
He's
not.
fucking lying. And I'm glad she cut her ties. It's not worth it. It was only a couple months. It's not like this is your one true love.
No.
It was an experience and hopefully you learn from it, basically. Yeah. But that's tough.
Yeah.
that's rough.
Let's talk about getting burned.
Yeah, well, it happens. All right, moving on.